In the vast world of entertainment and sports, there are few figures as magnetic, inspiring, and universally admired as Dwayne Douglas Johnson. Known to millions as The Rock, his story is one of resilience, transformation, and relentless pursuit of greatness. But before the fame, before the blockbuster movies, before the wrestling championships, there was a young man struggling to find his place in a world that often seemed determined to push him down. His journey from hardship to global superstardom is not just about success, it's about strength, discipline, and the will to never give up, no matter how many times life knocks you down. Dwayne Johnson was born on May 2, 1972, in Hayward, California, into a family already connected to the world of wrestling. His father, Rocky Johnson, was a celebrated professional wrestler, and his grandfather, Peter Maivia, was a respected Samoan wrestling legend. Wrestling ran deep in the Johnson bloodline, but despite this legacy, Dwayne's early years were anything but easy. His childhood was marked by constant movement, uncertainty, and financial struggle. His parents' careers and circumstances meant that he grew up in different cities and countries, from New Zealand to Hawaii to Pennsylvania. Stability was rare, and by the time he was a teenager, he had attended multiple schools. Behind his warm smile and towering presence, young Dwayne faced challenges that shaped his character. He grew up witnessing the sacrifices his parents made to keep the family afloat. Money was always tight. There were days when they couldn't pay rent and had to move with little warning. In one moment that Dwayne often recalls, he and his mother were evicted from their small apartment in Hawaii when he was just 14 years old. Standing on the street, watching his mother cry, he made a silent promise to himself, that he would one day build a better life for them. But the road ahead wasn't easy. As a teenager, Dwayne's anger and frustration sometimes got the better of him. He was involved in fights and even arrested multiple times for petty theft and check fraud. He was big, intimidating, and strong, but deep down, he was lost. The turning point came when he realized that the path he was on would only lead to destruction. He decided to redirect his energy towards something that would help him build, not destroy, sports. Football became his escape. His size, strength, and athletic ability gave him an advantage, but it was his work ethic that made him stand out. He joined his high school football team at Freedom High School in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and quickly earned attention for his physical dominance on the field. Football gave him focus, purpose, and a sense of belonging. It also opened doors to something bigger, a college education. After high school, he earned a full scholarship to play for the University of Miami, one of the top college football programs in the United States. There, Dwayne found himself surrounded by elite athletes. As Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson stood at the height of his wrestling fame in the late 1990s and early 2000s, he found himself facing a question few superstars ever dare to ask: what's next? He had achieved everything a wrestler could dream of: multiple championships, global recognition, and millions of fans chanting his name across the world. But deep down, Dwayne knew he wanted more than just the title of a wrestling legend. He wanted to tell stories, reach new audiences, and expand beyond the boundaries of the squared circle. The world of Hollywood called to him, and he decided to answer that call. Yet stepping into Hollywood was not an easy transition. Many athletes before him had tried and failed to make the leap from sports entertainment to acting. The Rock was determined not to be one of them. He knew that if he was going to build a lasting career in film, he needed to prove he could be more than just a wrestler turned actor. He had to become a true performer. In 2001, Dwayne got his first taste of Hollywood when he appeared in The Mummy Returns. Though his role as the Scorpion King was small, his charisma and physical presence captured the attention of both audiences and filmmakers. The film's success led to a spin-off, The Scorpion King, 2002, which marked Dwayne's first leading role in a feature film. It was a bold move. The entire movie revolved around him. Critics were skeptical at first, but Dwayne's natural charm and screen presence shone through. The movie was a commercial success, and Hollywood took notice. A new action star had arrived. However, Dwayne refused to rely solely on his muscles or wrestling fame. He wanted to develop range, to be respected as an actor, not just admired as a celebrity. Over the next few years, he took on a variety of roles to challenge himself. In films like The Rundown, 2003, and Walking Tall, 2004, he began to refine his acting style, balancing action with humor and emotional depth. He didn't want to be typecast, he wanted to show that he could make people laugh, inspire them, and even make them cry. While his film career was gaining momentum, his life behind the scenes was also evolving. In 1997, he had married Dany Garcia, a businesswoman and bodybuilder who became one of his closest partners in life and later in business. Together they built not only a family but also a brand. Dany supported Dwayne through his transition from wrestling to acting, helping him navigate the complex world of Hollywood. In 2001, they welcomed their daughter, Simone Johnson, who would later follow in her father's footsteps into professional wrestling. Despite his growing success, Dwayne's early Hollywood years were filled with challenges. There were moments when studios doubted his appeal, critics questioned his talent, and roles seemed uncertain. But Dwayne kept pushing forward with the same determination that had fueled him since his football days. He woke up before dawn, trained relentlessly, studied S. As the new decade dawned, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had already achieved what most could only dream of. He was a global superstar, a cultural icon, and one of the most bankable figures in Hollywood history. Yet, even after reaching the summit of fame and fortune, Dwayne's hunger for growth and purpose didn't fade. He wasn't just content with breaking records, he wanted to build a legacy that would inspire millions for generations to come. The 2020s marked a period of evolution, not just for Dwayne as an actor and entertainer, but as a businessman, philanthropist, father, and leader. His brand had expanded far beyond the movie screen. He was no longer just The Rock, the electrifying wrestler who conquered Hollywood. He had become Dwayne Johnson, the self-made mogul who symbolized resilience, gratitude, and relentless drive. One of the biggest pillars of his success during this era was his production company, $7 Productions, co-founded with his longtime business partner and ex-wife, Dany Garcia. What started as a small idea born from his days of having just $7 in his pocket had now become one of the most powerful creative forces in Hollywood. The company produced blockbuster hits like Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Jumanji, The Next Level, Hobbs and Shaw, and Jungle Cruise, as well as hit TV shows like Ballers and Young Rock, a semi-autobiographical comedy series based on his life. Young Rock was more than entertainment, it was a reflection of Dwayne's journey, showing audiences his humble beginnings, his family's struggles, and his rise from a kid with big dreams to one of the most beloved figures in the world. Through humor and honesty, the series revealed the man behind the myth, a man who faced hardship, rejection, and failure but never stopped believing in himself. Even as he dominated film and television, Dwayne continued to expand his business empire. He ventured into multiple industries, from fitness and fashion to sports and beverages. In 2020, he launched his own tequila brand, Terramana Tequila, which quickly became one of the fastest-growing spirit brands in history. The name Terramana means "spirit of the earth," symbolizing Dwayne's appreciation for hard work, humility, and authenticity. That same year, he also made a bold move into the world of sports ownership. Alongside Dany Garcia and Redbird Capital, Dwayne purchased the XFL, a professional football league. For Dwayne, this was a full-circle moment. The football player who once had only $7 after being cut from the CFL now owned an entire football league. His goal wasn't just to create another sports organization, but to give players opportunities, provide entertainment to fans, and prove that second chances can lead to greatness. Beyond business, Dwayne used his massive platform to inspire and uplift others. He became one of the most followed and influential people on social media, using his presence not for controversy or vanity,